They say easy come, easy go. I guess with all my struggles it will last longer. I got my fears but my faith stronger.
Nagiri pause up.
Back again like you never left, baby. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Culture. Yo, English. My name is Jay, and I'm here today with the one and only Lassie. What up, my dog?
What up, hey?
What got la pila, sir?
I'm United and depressed. I know give it this. United and depressed.
Hey, let's say thing, guys. Something real more rooftop.
Yeah, we still
at Rooftop Avenue, food and beverages establishment located in Mueka, close to the police station. Vandaag is Boo on camera 1, Sugar on camera 2, Beeps on sound, and then now Michael V3. Our ghost boy is finally back. Sky is finally back. Ekaloza mailo.
Get my feet.
Welcome back, Sky. Welcome back. Yeah,
let's get to it.
Yeah, kerna fela bagawana sitting the rest of they are late as usual.
Yeah.
So we move on, man. We move.
Let's move
on. Rola laga di striker vandag.
Yeah.
Today, I think 3 strikers. Rola langa zo, but different in their own ways.
Yeah.
One, Lewandowski.
Yeah.
The second one, Erling Haaland. The third one, I think Victor Osimhen.
Okay.
Victor Osimhen, yeah. 3 different strikers. This striker, but the game different.
Yeah, very much.
Very much different. Go for platform go Haaland. Since well,
go Haaland.
First yeah.
Go Haaland. Okay.
Yeah.
Personal opinion. Firstly, during the game, I don't know what City were playing against. Roy Keane said Erling Haaland looks like a championship striker. Okay. My view on that, teams are now preparing much better when they're playing against City, when there's Erling Haaland. That's my take first.
Yeah.
Secondly, the injuries are De Bruyne. Injury at De Bruyne at City. It affect the gameplay ya Haaland. In terms of where does Haaland get most of his assists? He gets them from De Bruyne.
Also his movement.
Ne? Then thirdly, Haaland is not as dynamic as Lewandowski or Gabriel Jesus, as an example.
Yeah.
He's not a striker who naturally, if he moves out of position just to get your confidence up. Remember, when you are a player, if ball, confidence how at some point deep. So with Haaland, when he goes on for too long as a ball, that's where now I would say, as if I was a coach or if I'm someone, a spectator watching from the outside, being a City fan, for example, I would be worried or no. Haaland is playing. He's yes, it's good to be technically disciplined.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Mara, look at what Lewandowski offers you. He offers you both technical discipline and being as dynamic as saying, because Bantualet, let me move away. Remember, moving away doesn't only give you the advantage of you are also pulling the central defender the central defender to other areas, making it easier for your players to go into the correct channels. For example, in City you have someone like Alvarez. Alvarez has that striker in him. As much as Ali a winger sometimes, Ali a come forward sometimes, Ali, it shows you that he's dynamic. So when you have him and Haaland, let's say playing in the same team in a particular game, Haaland then should be able to say, let me move these players there. They know I'm dangerous. Sometimes it's not really about you as a player or gore o berekise di-defender outright, but it's about you pulling defenders to certain areas so that your team.
Create space for your teammates.
Thank you.
I don't think Haaland is technically gifted. Because I remember there was a particular moment though game in but
Yeah.
then he didn't pull the defense.
Exactly.
Because they know he's not technically gifted. In terms of passing
Yeah.
or what.
Then that's what they should work on. Remember that this is the modern game. If you only offer one thing and about quality, like Haaland in the past few games, I don't think he's really losing himself. It's just that teams are preparing better
for him,
with
yeah.
him in the team. He should now also work on. I think Guardiola, though as good of a coach he is, would advise. As a City fan, what do you think?
Well, I think Kering, for somehow it works for us for our tactical discipline because it creates spaces for players like Bernardo. Like Bernardo recently won at least two scorer.
Yeah.
Bernardo, Kevin obviously can assist, he can score. Foden as well can assist, he can score. So yes, it might be a disadvantage, but
it's a disadvantage, got a big game.
yeah, very big games because you got really 9 or what. So yeah, now tons to improve more and more.
Maria Verega for City. Kera the top goal scorer this season, I think. Kera. Premier League
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
maybe. Other competitions, I'm not sure.
What I'm saying, like, let's be honest. He put the pressure on himself. Kaukara as many goals as he did in his first season.
Yeah.
Now we expect him who you're gonna match that.
At least try to reach that level.
At least try to reach that level. For us to declare you as the greatest in the world, Mbappe has done it with PSG multiple times. We can't question it. No, that's why he's under question. How is it that Haaland, who scored this number of goals, now is already a different player?
Yeah.
Now that's also a question that now my approach, that's why I think he needs to be more dynamic. So my question to you is, do you think with Haaland being more dynamic in his game, will it help City more? Or le mo prefer ka mokgwa leng?
Mara, okay, like the player that he is, like the style of play, high. I don't think I'm allowed or have a player loring. He can drop big, at better passes and all that.
That's why
he's not that good, man. Yeah, move bola.
That's why we talk about different type of strikers. Yeah, not get that striker. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Given the chance to score.
So Lionel Dumelana le Roy Keane. He looks like a championship.
Level. Style of play.
Look at Dortmund nearly different thing.
Yeah.
But then Man City. Man City need without a striker before. And then Mula. It's different now. I guess moving move go Dortmund. Because the winger I take midfielder.
Now I think he won't last if ever continue ka this type of.
I get you, Ronyagori. I get you.
Because that's why I give like over dynamic, ne? Look at Lewandowski.
Yeah.
What has kept him at the highest level for so long? It's not just his goal scoring prowess. Kelebele's game against Bayern Munich, ne?
Yeah.
He started seeing where there are little chances in his area of expertise. He dropped
Against
off.
Bayern.
PSG.
PSG, ne?
Yeah, PSG.
So PSG, ne? Or Bayern ne Arsenal. So PSG.
Yeah.
O dropile off ka goal ya Rafinha ya mathomo. Ha ilo dropa off. A jiga ka one player.
Yeah.
A betha one pass. Ya o bontsha hore he's not offering you fella just in the final third. The fact that he went to a high pressure zone, I release a ball from a high pressure zone to a low pressure zone to create an opportunity for a goal. It tells you a lot about
He was
the
part
type
of the build-up.
He was
to the
part
goal.
of the build-up.
And then o sprintile.
Exactly. And sprintile I lo bulela ball hap hap.
Or bolo le tsene ke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Hore?
Yeah.
Now Haaland needs to not only see hore, we are it's not just about scoring goals. As much as it's important to score goals, it's not just about, it's also about drawing players in certain areas for your teammates to also thrive.
Yeah.
in
But
the
you know
game.
what I also think? Haaland will feel impression, yeah, he can do it. He doesn't need to change his game. First season I see it. 50 goals, 50 plus goals.
50 plus.
So he gave us that impression, yeah, City can play like this with Haaland in the team.
But then,
And they can still thrive.
but that's what I'm saying, Hore. Teams will better prepare for you.
Yeah.
It's in general, that's how it's gonna be. Hore. Teams will better prepare because babona hore or kora 5 or kora 6. Mara or kora 5 or kora 6 rena re palala ku defender. Come on, we have to prepare better for you so that we lose less or we actually make sure hore le dlala nkare le dlala ka di players tse 9 as you've alluded Kamara in the field of play. So
Talking about Lewandowski, I
Yeah.
think Lewandowski game high from Bayern is different. Lewandowski go Barcelona, go Bayern, two different people.
why?
That one go Barca.
Why do you think they are
He's
different?
more dynamic. He's more flexible in terms of his center forward play.
Yeah.
He doesn't just stay as a center forward. I am a ball. He moves. He moves with the players. Sometimes you dlala one, sometimes value two, go pele. It depends on the opponent.
Yeah.
So that's why I saw a game against Atletico where he scored. He assisted twice and he scored.
Yeah.
That goes to show you that he's not just a striker or I go boxes.
So do
I
you
am a
think-
ball or something.
So do you think because Lewandowski gives you that, do you think it affected the number of goals that he korang in a season?
Maybe.
Wantalwanya?
Doubt.
Like you'd have a Haaland olorong kono kora more than 50
Yeah.
50 goals plus. But Haaland Lewandowski, because he moves outside of the area, doesn't that also affect the number of goals that he scores? That's my
It does, but then to an extent, Lewandowski, he understands now that it's all about the team.
Yeah.
It's child now. No, I have to play for the team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I score or not. Haaland, you can see us score is disappointed. I remember a game against I saw play game FA.
Yeah.
Where I draw missed chances missed playing a header. Or Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea something. Missed a header. He was disappointed in himself. Pep Guardiola Mozorna, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was miss. So it plays in his head or
Music.
But I think like Lewandowski, he like the tactics it's a coach as well. Like Xavi is it's a manager or
He's a ball- he's a ball-playing manager.
Ball-playing
so
manager.
I think the tactics are Xavi. Don't just sit there and wait
Yeah.
for the ball. So drop
Oh,
it.
yeah, so Pep is more
Better
like-
touches stuff you.
Yeah, go
So
to
Haaland, that's why ke khomunyana le ilo re ka mmotso ra ire ba, but I don't think
akakhona.
aba effective as Lewandowski guy.
yeah, because Jack Grealish is told to stay high and wide.
Yeah, but then I get why City are playing like that. Ne? City are playing like that to create spaces for midfield. They have one of the most dangerous midfielders in the world. But if you look at Badala compact, you won't see how effective they are. You understand?
Yeah.
So once over Bula Horbanne wide, your wing players, offer Rodri, offer De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, that space or move. If you look at thing, Kosapong, you have Kovacic. So you still have midfield Loren in terms of them using the spaces. They Loren body create the white players
Yeah.
they use it quite well.
But
what Halon?
key tactics the coach. You can
Yeah,
pass guy
key
ability.
tactics the coach.
After Haaland can have 9 touches in the game. His 10th touch can go.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so I want to agree America Lago City. Now it's compare among Osimhen. You know Osimhen, but ben always one, but the similarities. Deadly in the air, pace, hitting, powerful shot, everything. That Osimhen is more technically gifted than Haaland. Osimhen can jump.
Yeah,
He can run. He has strength. That one alma.
Marle Haaland do na le matla.
Yeah,
But-
I want to
but-
get one of the similarities.
Mara even Lewandowski ke feel nga rona le matla. It's just that technically he's much
More gifted.
better.
He's a
Yeah.
striker. That one is a striker.
That's why my question would be, doesn't that affect the amount of goals
Lewandowski
he
scores.
scores? Yeah,
It does.
Because as a striker also you need to have an average.
But do you think now he cares about the stats? Like,
I want to
At
get
this
pity.
point.
At his age,
Yeah, at his
he
age.
shouldn't.
I want Haaland. I was
shouldn't.
disappointed. I miss.
So let's say Barcelona have to replace him.
Yeah.
Who is their ultimate option to carry the team like Lewandowski has done as a striker?
As a striker.
before
Lautaro.
Lewandowski, Barcelona, ke man striker Barcelona.
Go Barcelona?
Memphis Depay. La Obama yeah. Before Lewandowski fit.
Yeah, before
Maybe
Lewandowski.
Lautaro Martinez.
Martinez o tla ka a ke sure ke a-
Inter.
Oh yeah, ke a
Yeah.
mmona.
Ba nyekile tshwana nyana.
Yeah, ke a mmona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lautaro, eh?
Lautaro. Movement wa high lena. It's all about movement as a striker.
So Barcelona basically are likely to go for
Yeah,
Martinez
for Martinez.
in replacement for Lewandowski.
Mhm. That's the likely replacement for Lewandowski.
Yeah,
The likely replacement for Haaland, Osimhen.
yeah.
Nah, this guy.
Because the thing is,
Osimhen.
na a lot of games tse ke di boneng tsa Osimhen ke ka Nigeria, of which I don't think he offered much.
Yeah.
Wa tlhaloganya?
It's all about the setup. It's setup in
Then
Nigeria.
yeah, then batswa Napoli ya tswa ko Champions League, of which ne ke lebelletse ke re he wasn't in those games that I watched. Osimhen was not offering what I was expecting to see from him, because he ke bo hela ball nna ke lebella hore striker di spaces o di attack byang. Wa tlhaloganya? And then hard dropper deep. I felt with Nigeria he carried the team most of the time. He carried the team in a sense that tshwantse a drop a collect the ball a drive a ye ka yona straight. So ho ba boima ho roll striker o tseya ball from the midfield o ya ka yona in the final third ebe o kora. By the time o fitla in the final third energy ya hao e fedile. You get my point? So ke palla ko bona how good Osimhen really is. Ke di bona di stats. Mara nna I want you to sell him as a player to me. Tell me hore okay, yes, come kubuletseng hore o offer strength. What else does he offer besides that?
Goes well.
His gameplay. Osimhen o dlala ball e byang.
Tswana la Haaland. Tswana la Haaland nyana. Nyana. To an extent.
Does he score outside of the area goals?
Right.
Same thing like Haaland. Haaland faces an eye. Most of his goals were inside the box. 6-yard area.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of his goals. Same thing like Osimhen. And he has pace, power, his gameplay, movement. He shifts the defense. Like.
What type of striker, when if you were a coach, do you want to have? Someone who can score at any part of the field, like a Harry Kane, for example.
Yeah, Harry Kane. A Harry Kane. A Harry Kane type of striker.
Now,
Harry Kane.
ideally, personally, Velene, to be honest, to be very honest, I think I would prefer a Harry Kane if I were to have a striker than any other player. I think he's the most
Clinical.
the most complete striker. It's my thoughts.
Yeah.
He gives you, it's only Lewandowski. Pila, I think after Lewandowski, in terms of strikers, it's Kane. After Kane, it's
mad. Ranka di striker azab.
ke renka di striker ne.
It's Haaland.
Give us your
It has
top
to be
five.
Haaland.
Yeah, ke nyaka gore
You have to count
Haaland.
Haaland.
Let me tell you ne, ke nyaka gore Haaland.
Haaland
ne,
is a striker.
actually it is Haaland.
It is. Haaland should be top of the list, in my opinion. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, why?
He's still young. He still has time to develop. He has won everything at City. Oh, he's a good player and he's in a good team.
No,
He's in a good team.
and I get your point.
He's the top goal scorer in the Premier League. Now who is it 2 months? Remember that.
And
And
I-
2 months and
And he could have dental injury on it,
yeah,
dental
injured.
confidence.
And I come only injured De Bruyne, impact ya Haaland the
yeah.
good. Whereas Mbappe, Mr. Do It Yourself,
Hey,
doesn't
Joe,
need anyone else. Mbappe.
he's talking about Mbappe, ne?
Ne, finish a ranga di striker za go dis te
Okay.
pile so finish a ranga.
Ne? Kane, Kane or Lewandowski.
Is that Lewandowski?
Lewandowski 1, Kane 2, Haaland 3, 4,
Shalulile.
man.
Shalulile.
Shalulile. Nga se re Shalulile mara le yena a ka tsena cause ke le Sundowns.
Movement ba ile.
Yeah, ke le Sundowns yena. Ha ka tsena. No, Hoyland the
Hoyland
problem gore he isn't given
still
us
raw.
yeah.
Still raw so few chance. Until half season. Most of na hindari lagi injured.
Yeah.
Until half season.
I think nka ifa kana ba re ke man this guy o dlalang Lazio.
Immobile.
Immobile.
Why?
Ke ifa Immobile.
Why, Lassie?
Ah,
That's random. Why?
Immobile is a good player. He's a good striker. He scores goals. He moves. He's
Not anymore. His movement is good, but he doesn't score goals anymore.
he scores. He scores. Never dlala lenga Champions League when they were knocked out.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, no, what's the movement die?
Yeah.
What's the Immobile not effective in during COVID? And Ronaldo Salvo Juventus. I remember he won the Golden Boot that season. He scored 37 goals, I think. Yeah.
So he is. Let's check his stats. Check his stats. Again, I get I've watched Immobile. Even Lena at dlala Italy. He was at some point. At dlala Chiesa, before the injury, he was still good.
He go for
Immobile.
top 5 yeah, then. In terms of strikers.
Ke shota ka one man.
Oh, for one yeah.
One gave Shalulile.
There now for top strikers. Mbappe ke mmala se striker, ke winger.
Yeah, le nna ka mmala as a striker.
Number 1, Harry Kane.
Yeah.
This is it. Harry Kane has been consistent ever since he level up ball.
Yeah, le nna.
Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Lewandowski. This is in Magarit. Neger back away like the night shows. Lewandowski. Number 3, Haaland. Come kuile. Number 4.
First three ya ka leo ya.
Ay, pila ish. Yeah, Maria is sharp. Yeah, hona kam. Number 4, Lautaro Martinez. Also on Martinez at dlala ne.
Ke tlo monnela ka offer
Movement to high. Hey, he's deadly in front of goal. He once came off the bench. Got a goal of 4. Lautaro, that's why MKT.
Ikadi eno guy.
Icardi.
Yeah, continue.
Number 5.
Boniface.
Not Boniface. Number 5. Yes.
Rodrigo.
That's a striker. Number 5 on service. Number 5, Roberto Firmino. For me, Roberto Firmino. Underrated.
O na dlalang go Liverpool.
Yeah, underrated. But movement of that boy. False 9. Benzema
Yeah,
yeah,
Neymar is not a natural striker. Right?
yeah, he false 9.
Yeah.
Move
Yeah,
kerata kam khwedlela
yeah,
false
he-
9 ela. He made that position his position. Yanal Benzema. Benzema nete remone lata late bloomer because of Ronaldo.
And then Darwin. Darwin Nunez a le bonisilo mo ena.
That one all potential mara in front of goal.
Yeah, Darwin o na le potential.
Tshwana le Hoyland. Hoyland ish. Right now it's not a good moment for Team I. That's why some move.
Yeah, le Hoyland o na le potential. But hopefully in the next season or two, we'll see.
Top 5. Interesting list.
While we still figuring out usually players, ne? I was thinking, God, let's look at the teams. They used to be good teams. Now they are ordinary teams. Yeah, I found myself. Man United is now an ordinary team. Akit, give me your thoughts. Even Kaizer Chiefs now, if we're being honest, it's an ordinary team.
The ones dominate teams now get the mid-table teams.
Get the mid-table teams. Like, which other team? Tottenham I bet.
Tottenham.
Everton ebile has fallen off. It's now becoming a
Newcastle.
relegation.
Mm.
But Newcastle, Kale, why the Newcastle problem going? It fell off long ago. Newcastle. I don't want to count team out on. I want Liverpool Ungilia fall off. Klopp with Rahabua. I
Yeah,
resuscitate. Kebla team to Luring as Kale. Maybe 5 years, 6 years ago, they used to be there. Now they're no longer
United
performing.
used to be there fighting for titles every season.
Yeah.
And also, it's fighting to get into the top 4, which is not something that's natural. Oh, it's a Man United fan or a top 4. It's true. Also,
Namara, I believe the issue, nah, I'm still outlining it. Who issue ki coach ara kuno manager player.
Okay, you're going to say in terms of the teams that you mentioned. What do you think the core issue is? What the team is? Yeah. Now I have my point. Now I think the old guard, but football world is evolving.
Yeah.
Man U doesn't know when to move players on. There are a lot of old players who Man U. Same thing over by
Yeah.
the team that won the 2020 Champions League final. Majority of those players are still there. Some of them balapile, so it goes to show you the old guard is still there. It's weighing down on young players. Barcelona, most of the Barcelona is coming back now.
Yeah. I think okay, I acknowledge but also you don't want to find yourself more situation in Sahori. You're letting a lot of old players go for the sake of Hori. There are a lot of old players. You need to have a good transition.
Yeah.
Like if you look at during Sir Ferguson's years, reason I'm using Sir Ferguson is because of for the longest time he managed to do that without affecting the culture and identity of Manchester United.
Yeah.
That's something that also if you look at Pep Guardiola, he's doing it good as well.
Pep knows when to move on players.
Yeah.
Look at Raheem Sterling,
Exactly.
Riyad Mahrez,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yes,
Zinchenko.
yeah.
The list goes on.
Yeah. And even
Same thing like Madrid. Casemiro left at the right time.
Yeah.
They were molding Camavinga and Tchouaméni into defensive midfielders. When Cruz leaves, Valverde is there, Bellingham is there. The list goes on and on.
But also, you still having a Modric who's there to
who's
keep
there.
the culture and identity that Madrid has had. Because Utlisa, you can't bring in a young player and expect them to just know how to win.
Yeah.
So until that energy, that winning mentality, I feed it off from an older player.
An older player, experienced player.
An experienced player.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing tailoring most teams are struggling with. Arsenal couldn't do it. As in Wenger did it in his early stint at Arsenal. Then he couldn't continue with it. Chiefs, I don't know where they lost it. They lost it, but
They lost it a long time ago, Chiefs.
so most teams banal the
But
challenge.
there's a child, no, so go start at what? So many Chiefs go go through.
Yo,
Imagine.
it was when last did they win a trouble, by the way.
Baxter,
Baxter. Yeah,
Stuart
Baxter.
Baxter.
I remember they even call it reclaiming the glory. Chiefs. That season, plus you know he's a Chiefs fans. No, never let's Sundown so goal you win illegal goal, of which did you see Horianga by Benne for transfer, something to do with transfer.
For you.
I'm sure I registered the player FIFA. It's along those lines. So but to heal but yamatsa ho lodge complain go careful. Maybe careful no e re escalate le go FIFA. Ba tlhalohanya gore FIFA e dile le yona as an independent football body. Kante ba te expose to diphoso tsa bona yanga. Any case, yeah, Chiefs wena unahana hore bothata bo go kae? Ska yona no Chiefs bothata bo go kae?
I cannot comment there, Chiefs.
No comment more. I give you go thoma guy. nyaka ephezulu yona lo one. So
Chips, innit?
yeah.
Hey.
Ke mathata.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern
Where
Munich
did
as
Bayern
well.
Munich fall off?
Bayern.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Bayern.
Bayern. With Bayern, firstly, we have to
Looking
check.
at the game here last, oh, Bayern.
Bayern,
General.
this is it.
This is it.
it.
Hapa Zingba we need trophy. Harry Kane at his
Okay,
best,
Nayaga trophy. Utlile kwa la Nyaga trophy.
and he gave them a full good season.
Their best player, 32 goals, I think. Good league. 32, yeah, I think, I'm sure.
I think Twandre checker points till ya Bayern, whether they're still meeting the average during they would
Bayern's
meet,
last 2 seasons before this one, Nenze deeper. The points are on.
or Nenzi deeper.
Yeah.
With Bayern, and Tuchel is a good coach as well. He made Chelsea win the Champions League. I don't know who to question, whether I question the players or the question the coach.
Yeah. Obasi.
Maybe at some point the Coppola Klopp abolela ka hore he no longer has the desire to coach. What if the same thing is happening to Tuchel?
Why take on the job if you feel like that?
You don't know. Sometimes you don't know until you realize, because even if you look at the Naki lebeletse Bayern e dlala ne tempo ene ba dlalang ka yona against Arsenal didn't tell me who it's the same Bayern. Bayern ba khona dlala high intensity football like for a good first half, and ball is a yemi roller. Bayern ya ore mega bolo u jike u pass final 30 bolo istaraha house na plan u pass tsa Harry Kane le Musiala o tla bona re ba irang ka yona. Come on. With Bayern, that's why I think ba chintshitse losing in terms of tempo ka mokho ba dlalang, a lot of that which goes down to the technical side of the team. I think they messed it up too much technically. Hore they didn't keep certain things there. I don't know what exactly, but Bayern never could dlala high intensity football. The intensity of their football has really decreased. But rely mo pacing ya Sane too much. Hey,
Average listen what they arana goal nga.
imagine.
Like sure, as we got some shit.
Oh.
Got some shit.
So with Bayern, I think they need to really sit down, go back to the drawing board, and understand who now they have the contenders that might be there for more seasons than they think.
The team out needs to do the same thing. Go back to the drawing board.
Menu since Ferguson at Zamaya.
This Buros were grey hair, no galwagala menu.
Menu since Ferguson at Zamaya, single create the right coach. Let me just leave it there.
And we out. Peace.